We are live with Katya. Hello, we
Hi.
are live. Welcome to this live webinar Q&A session. So you can ask Katya everything. And she is with me here today in the studio, which is really a special occasion because usually we have these webinars through Skype. And then we Skype people in and it's video call. But now we're actually in the same place and it's fun. And we still have the same background as in the course. So it's very, very familiar. And I can see that some people are already trickling in here. Yay, says Gail, Koosje and Katya. Yes, we are here. Let's see. Hello from Kansas, from California, Massachusetts, Texas. Oh, so good to see everyone here trickling in. No split screen needed
Yeah.
this week. I mean, we sort of, yeah. This is my side. Don't touch.
Like in school, you always
Yeah.
put a line.
This is the
Yeah.
line. Don't cross it. Yeah. So if we are fighting over the space here, well, I'm sorry about that, but I think we'll get along today. So, well, of course, today we are talking about colored pencils because we are in the third week of the colored pencils course at Sketchbook School. And just in case you missed it, I'm Koene, and this is, whoops,
No, wrong. No.
Katya Tikhova.
Where is the sign?
It's not mirrored, so we are constantly in a sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, so, anyways, goofing around a little bit just to fill up the time before, to get everybody. Sometimes it takes a little while before people find the video live, but I can see that people are trickling in now and that you guys have found us. So that's fantastic. And if you are not yet enrolled in the colored pencil course, then you are missing out on some really good stuff. So I just want to plug that once more before we go on. The colored pencil course is available at sketchbookschool.com. You can still dive in. We are in the third week, but you can just dive in week 3 or in week 1 and just color along with us. And Katya is one of the teachers in the course, and that is really great because her work is super expressive. It's very colorful, it's creative, it's bold, it's fun. What else?
You already said everything.
Yeah. And well, we can see in the classroom that people are loving your work,
Yes,
which is fantastic.
I read all these comments. I'm really appreciated. I didn't expect such reaction, but it was so nice to hear it.
Yeah,
So
and
inspiring.
it's true. People really are inspired by your colorful work. So that's great. Yeah. And so if you're here and you are curious about anything about Katya's work, about her techniques or tools or whatever, type your questions in the chat, and we will take a look at them and answer them as good as we can. And in the meantime, let's dive in with some questions that I picked up from the classroom. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right. Here's the first question. Linda is asking, what are some of your favorite color combinations? Do you have a favorite color palette? And what type of paper did you put in your sketchbook to prevent the color pencil transferring to the opposite page? Let's take the first
Okay,
question
let's
first.
start with the first question. I have several favorite color combinations. So one of them is yellow, dark red, and blue. Yeah, so you can see it in my sketchbook. Yes, and also sometimes I like to add black and violet instead of blue. So it depends on my mood.
So those are actually just the basic.
Yes, the basic colors,
colors.
and you just changing shades. So that's the tip. Yes. And what type of paper? I use just simple transparent paper, nothing special, no brands, no names. I just bought something on Amazon. Just
Okay,
normal.
yeah. I have one here, and this is just
Yes.
one of the many brands that you can find. And it's tracing paper,
Tracing, yes.
I guess.
Yeah, tracing.
Natural tracing paper. And it's just nothing really special.
It doesn't matter how thick it is. I just cut it for the size of my sketchbook.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, it's I have it in my sketchbook now too for the first time. Actually, I never did that, and at first I was like, I don't mind if it prints on the other side of the paper, but if you have if you have a whole sketchbook, then at some point you're like, it's really it starts to get messy
and dirty. Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when you like some sketches, and yes.
Yeah, so I just use one that I just move with every page, so that when I'm drawing, I'm not printing on the other side. I'm not keeping papers between all the pages. Yeah. So good question, Linda. Yeah. Let's see. I can see that Nicole is asking about. Wow, can't really see that here in the darkness. Maybe here?
I should.
Anyway, Nicole is asking, she would like to know which colored pencils are in your rolled up pencil bag.
Oh.
There are a lot of different brands of colored pencils.
A lot of.
Do you know because you didn't bring your...
No, I didn't bring, but there are some basic colors, of course. So, and some shades I like. So, and there are Karandash, different brands, so I don't remember. And also Polychromos.
Faber-Castell, yeah.
Yes, that's all.
Caran-d'Ache, Faber-Castell.
Derwent maybe some.
Derwent.
Yes, Derwent.
Okay.
That's all.
And do you know the Polychromos ones are oil-based, but the other ones are probably wax-based. Well, it doesn't really matter, but you use them all,
yes,
they're
you mix. Really good in combination, so they're mixing good with each other, so that's why I use it. Yes.
Okay, good. Perfect. So I hope that answers your question, Nicole. See, all right. So next one from class, Regina, she's asking, do you have a tip how to get looser and more playful?
I have several tips. One of them is to copy sketches of the artist you like. So copying is normal, and it's really helpful to understand some techniques, style, and I copy it a lot, and I'm continue copying with what I like, and then I use this style in my works, and I add something new in my works. And also you can try to draw with your left hand. Also helps.
It does. That's true.
And it makes your sketches really loose and really playful. So, and sometimes I also had a task to draw with closed eyes, and it really helps to feel more free.
Yeah.
With drawing. Yes. So a lot of tips. So these tips I use.
Yeah, those are really great. I think closing your eyes, drawing with your left hand, your non-dominant hand, that really helps to let go of the idea that you have to make something that looks really great. Yeah. It's more just really about the act of drawing and about the, I don't know, just the fun of it.
Just fun.
Yeah.
And also you can drawing in time. For example, you have 1 minute to draw something. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. And you also, it helps you to draw quickly and fast and loose. Yes.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. So, maybe Pictionary, playing Pictionary could also help. Yes. Because you're like, trying to explain. Yeah. Okay, good. That's a good question also. We have another question here. Ah, fixatives. Barb is asking when. I'm just putting this on my green shirt. That works. So I have to sit still.
Yes.
When the colored when the colored sketch is done, is there something I can spray on the page to stop the transfer to the opposite page, like setting the color? So do you use a fixative?
Yes, I use fixative not so often because it takes time to dry, so that's why I used transparent paper.
Yeah.
Yes, but sometimes yes, I use fixative, and you can easily buy everything in the art shop. So you should read on the fixative what for. Some for pastels, some for colored pencils. So yes, it doesn't matter what kind of brand. So,
Yeah. Just don't
yes.
use hairspray or
Yes, don't because
anything
it's
like that.
covered with how to say
Grease or something,
Yes,
greasy
yes,
stuff. Yeah, it will make your pages yellow, and
yeah.
and it stinks.
Yes. But fixative, some of fixative not smells good, but
Yeah,
yes.
that's true. That's true. But it's
Also, you
just yeah,
should check.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So that's a good question from Barb, and great answer. Let's see what else we have here. No questions yet, so we'll get back to another question from Nadia. Do you use only colored pencils for your professional illustrations?
No, I use a lot of different tools, and mostly for my professional illustrations, I mostly draw in digital. Sometimes I combine pencils and digital, so to make something new. So I also use watercolor, gouache, so a lot of different tools. Colored pencils I mostly use for sketches because I like it. That's mine passion.
Good, yeah. So you just mix.
Yes,
You mix and match and play around.
Yes, not to make boring things. It's really important to combine everything. Have fun.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. And that's actually something that I have experienced with this course, that usually I use a lot of pen and watercolor.
Yes.
That's really my go to. But now I have just, for this whole course, I've just created one pencil case with only colored pencils.
Yeah.
And then maybe at some point I started to add a little bit of watercolor because I started craving it. But it's so good to really, change up
Yes.
your
Yes.
habit.
Yes.
And I really am enjoying it because it's an exploration.
Yeah.
Even though I know colored pencils, I know my colored pencils, but in the course I'm learning so much different approaches. I just want to keep on going.
Yes.
And
Yes. It's
yeah,
good.
and just combining and changing up your gear, that really helps to keep creative, stay creative. Well, and speaking of staying creative, Helen is asking, where do you find your inspiration for a topic?
Oh, where everywhere. The life is so full of inspiration. I really like nature. I really like cafes. So I look through a lot of. I had a collection of children book with beautiful illustrations. Also, like we did some exhibitions and events. So everywhere. So just look and you find it. Yes, music, friends, movies. So yeah.
Yeah. And is it then that you will, if you watch a movie, for example, is it then that you are like, there's a drawing in this, or is that something that just comes in later?
It depends on. Sometimes I could stop the movie and trying to draw the character on the scene which I like.
Yeah.
Yes, but sometimes when you're in the cinema, yes, you can't stop the movie. Yes, sometimes something appears after the movie. Yeah, and also sometimes it's really nice to draw some characters from the book, which I like, for example. Yes, but life around, yes, it's really full of inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look around you.
Just look around. Yes, everything.
I hope that helps, Helen, for
Hope
your
so.
question. I mean, I think it's a logical thing, you know. Look around and you'll find.
I don't think about inspiration, you know, it appears and that's all.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's like a part of my life. So I don't think about where to find it. Inspiration, hey, hello, where are you? Yeah, no, it just appears and that's all. Yes.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just show up
Yeah.
and then it will come. Yeah, that's true. And I think sometimes also you'll get inspiration or ideas for color combinations just
Yeah.
by looking
Yeah.
through a magazine or
Yes,
by
yes.
walking somewhere
Oh,
or
what
walking
nice.
into
Yeah.
a cafe and thinking, wow, they have a blue wall and pink furniture. I love it. I'm
Yes, and
just
then use
making
it,
this up,
yes.
but
And
yeah.
yeah. Yes, the same, totally the same.
Yeah.
But when you don't feel the inspiration, it's normal also that it means that you should rest a little bit, maybe to change the directions.
Mm,
It's normal also.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good, good. So let's see. Here's another question. Do you have, Anthony is asking, do you have a favorite way to blend your colors, such as blending, layering, or using solvents, or does it really not matter to you?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I don't like sticks, blending sticks. Yes, because it makes sketches soft, smooth. I don't like it. I like it when they're live and not so smooth. That's why I like hatching, and that's the best way of blending colors for me. Yes, so it should be more wild.
Yeah, and you don't ever use solvents, do you?
No,
Like
no,
rubbing alcohol
no,
or
no, no, no,
something?
no.
Because that also makes it smooth.
Yes, yes, that's
Yeah.
that's not my way.
Hatching and layering. Yes. Thanks for that question, Anthony. Let's see what here. Mariah is asking, what or who has inspired you to become an illustrator? What does your daily creative routine look like?
Wow.
Okay, first part. What
Who
inspired
inspired
you, or who inspired you?
It's a difficult question because I was drawing all my life, but I didn't think about illustrator like a profession. It's just like a hobby. It was like a hobby, and then I realized that I really want to create some stories, and I really like such illustrators like Isabelle Arsenault. She's from Canada, I think. I'm not sure. So, and I really like her illustrations because they don't look like mine at all.
Right, right.
Yes, but I really like it, and also
What's the name?
Isabelle Arsenault.
Arsenault.
LT, I think.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think we had
Morgan is I think already
yes,
looking it up as well,
yes.
but I don't know.
Who else? I think she inspires me at the first place, and also I like a Russian illustrator. She lives in Bologna now, Victoria Simukina.
Oh yes, I love her work too.
Yes, Victoria. Yes, I don't know how to. Yeah.
I not.
Why? Without N. Okay, K I N A.
Sorry, guys, goofing out here.
With Russian
That's it.
last
That's
names,
it.
yeah. It's
Yes,
okay,
but
it's
I follow
normal.
her on Instagram, and she's amazing.
She's amazing.
I love her work.
I really like her. Yeah. And a lot of different illustrators. I don't know, I can make stories, or I can post in Sketchbook School
that would
a
be
list
great.
of illustrators
Yeah.
which inspires me.
That
Yes,
would be
because I'm
really
not sure
great.
in names. That's why I don't call
Yeah,
them.
you can just
Yes.
copy the handles on
yes,
Instagram or
yes,
something
yes.
like that.
Okay.
That would be awesome. Thank you.
What does your daily creative routine look like? Nothing romantical, you know. Just like I'm trying to wake up early, at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Then I have breakfast because breakfast is a really important part of my life. I can't start the day without coffee. And then I check my plans for the day, and I'm working till the lunch. Then I have lunch. Sometimes then I continue working after lunch. Sometimes I go somewhere for yoga class, for example. Yes, because I really trying to take care of my health, of my back and neck. So it's really important because you're sitting all the day like this. Yes, I didn't practice the whole month because I was on vacation, and I was like, like Pinocchio again. Yes, yesterday I was like, yes, like this, totally not flexible. So yes, take care about your health. It's really important if you're an illustrator, artist, or you're sitting all the day. Yes, it's really important.
Yeah.
And yes, and it's really routine sometimes because I'm working alone without company, so sometimes I put some TV series to just
To have some
yes to
sound
have
in
a
the
sound,
background.
yes. A voice of somebody, yeah.
It's a solitary
Yes,
job.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
can imagine.
Yes, and sometimes I meet with my friends, so that's why we did this meetings on Fridays, sketch and breakfast. So it helps not to feel alone.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
when you're a freelancer. So uh, yes, so just working. Work.
And in the evening, do you work in the evenings, or is that
It
just
depends on deadlines. So sometimes
deadlines?
yes,
Yes.
sometimes I have to, but I'm trying to. It's really hard to know, just stand up and go and start to make something else because I'm working at home and there's no separate room. So it just,
Right. So your
you're
office,
always on the
yeah,
work.
yeah. You live in your
Yeah,
office or you work in your home. It's
yeah,
the same. Yeah. So you need a lot of discipline
a
to
lot.
start working, but also to stop
To
working. I
stop
think.
working at
Yeah,
all,
because it's
it's
easy
really,
to
yeah.
just get back to it again. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I just had dinner.
Just a little
Oh,
bit.
let's just.
It's 9. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then you don't get your rest, and you don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really important.
Okay. Yeah. And so you already said that breakfast is really important.
Yes.
Is that also why you started Sketch and Breakfast,
Maybe,
the group,
yes.
or is that just?
I don't know. I really like this time of the day because you think that you have a whole day,
Yeah, I
a
know.
lot
I
of
haven't.
time. You can make everything, and you're so full of power and energy. So yes, and I really like this part of the day.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So do I.
Yeah.
I have that same feeling about breakfast in the
Yes.
morning.
Yes.
Yeah. So was it a fun sketch breakfast this morning?
Yes, yes, it was really fun because I didn't see all girls, and it was like, again.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
and
were away for a month.
yes, I was in Russia, and so I came back, and we had also new people today from Brazil.
Oh
Yes,
wow.
and it's amazing. We have a really international community from different countries, so it's really inspired. Yes,
That's
yeah.
great. That's really fantastic. So people can actually join if they are in Amsterdam. They can look
Yes, easily.
Sketch Breakfast up on Facebook and find out where that Friday the
Yes,
meeting is,
each
and then
Friday
you can
we
just.
choose a new place
That's really great.
to
Yeah,
explore the city.
love that. Okay. Ooh, I'm behind on the
Wow,
on
so
the
many
comments.
images.
Hang on. Do you ever use an iPad or digital art methods?
I don't have an iPad because I have a tablet, Wacom Cintiq. It's like a big tablet with a screen, so I can draw on the screen in Photoshop. So yes, I do it all the time for my professional illustrations for my for books.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. So you do draw by hand and scan it in, or do you also draw in Photoshop?
Both.
Oh, both.
So yes, I combine traditional and digital, and also I just draw only digital. So yes, that's why I love sketching with traditional materials. It's like a kind of rest for me from digital. Yes, but yeah, it's okay also.
Yeah, good. Anthony is actually asking, if we've been having gin. No, I'm actually having tea. But we might have a gin after this.
Okay, I just have
We are just having a party. We don't need alcohol to have fun. That might be gin. I don't know.
That'd be a secret.
Exactly. Let's see. What else? Let's go back to the questions from class. I'm like looking all over the place. Do you keep oh, that's about the vellum paper. Here. Oh, I like this question. Nadia says, my 7-year-old son loves Russia. We already have some classical tales at home. Any contemporary children's book recommendation?
Oh, it's really hard to say something, to advise something, but I can advise some Russian. I think you can know it, but okay. Russian fairy tales. One it's about hen Ryaba.
I will type that
Yes,
because
hen
I have
Ryaba.
already studied
Yes,
it.
yes, right. It's about a hen with gold eggs. Yes. And the second fairy tale you like, it's Kolobok.
I love how that sounds. Kolobok.
Kolobok. Yes, it's about a sphere pie who is traveling from one animal to another animal. So yes, his life and singing songs, and but silly a little bit. I'm not going to spoil the story. Maybe
No.
you're going
Yeah.
to read. I don't know.
Well, those are really
And I also remember one story. Yes, it's about Yemelia.
Okay, you type it.
Okay. Yes, that's the name of the guy who is lying on the oven. It's a big Russian oven. Yes, and he's lazy, and he got a fish, a magic fish, who makes his wishes. Yes.
Okay. Sounds a little bit scary. But okay, good. Well, those are 3 recommendations for Nadia. I hope that's something new for you
I
and
hope
for
so,
your
yes.
7-year-old son. Yeah. Thank you for those recommendations. I'm just thinking of those. Let's see. Is that a question? That's a question. Christina is asking, I find that having all the colored pencils, watercolor, gouache, and other supplies all at hand in my workspace is overwhelming. Do you limit what you keep nearby while you work? That's a good question. I can understand that. It's hard to choose what to
Yes.
pick if you have everything.
Yes. You know, my table is full of different tools, and I'm trying to keep it everything on the table. Yes, it's oh help me. Yes, I can understand, but I clean the table sometime from some extra tools, but I'm trying to keep it under my hands. So yes, no advice because I have the same problem.
Yeah, it is a problem. I mean,
it's a really big
that's
problem.
yeah,
Yes.
it's especially I mean, if you're inside, then it's just, it's in your home or in your studio, it's just all around you. But then still, it might be helpful to just decide, like, I'm only going to use this.
Yes.
And when you're on location, then you need to, you cannot bring everything, so you need to choose.
In location, yes.
Yeah, and I
use-
really like to limit what I bring because on location I find it even more annoying to be busy, like,
Yes.
what do I choose? No, I just want to start drawing. So sometimes just 1 or 2 colored pencils in your sketchbook will be enough, and you can do a lot. I mean, just bringing the red, blue, and yellow,
and that's all. Yes,
is all you need.
It depends on your purpose.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if you want to combine something, you can keep colored pencils and gouache on the table, and that's all.
Yeah.
Yes, it depends on purpose.
Yeah. So Christina, if you feel overwhelmed, make a rule for yourself. and tell yourself, I'm only using gouache, or I'm only using gouache and color pencils,
Yes,
or
yes.
limit your palette, and that will make you actually more creative, and it will, just take the problem away of choosing. And that feeling overwhelmed, I totally understand. So just make some rules, and you are allowed to break your own rules, but it helps to get started.
Keep one more table around you.
An extra
Yes,
table.
extra table for the stuff. So yes.
Yeah, and then look at it, don't use it all. Something like that. Yeah. Let's see. Do we have anything here? You mentioned. Anthony says you mentioned that you use digital formats to draw. I may have missed your answer, but do you ever combine the two? Draw, scan, and work on your drawing digitally, or vice versa? Yes.
Everything.
All of
Everything.
that. All of the above,
It depends
Anthony.
on my purposes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's all a mix of everything. Where did you live in Siberia?
I've been in Yekaterinburg and Irkutsk. Yes, I'm living in. I live in Novosibirsk. It's not far from Yekaterinburg because I have also relatives in Yekaterinburg. Yes, so in Siberia, in Novosibirsk. So that's my city. Yeah, it's really nice that you have been here. Yeah, it's good. Hello from.
I have never been there, so yeah, it must be special if you meet someone who has been there, because
Irkutsk is so far. Even
Yeah.
I have never been there.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
really far from Moscow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And
Good.
and you've been there just now.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, a few weeks ago.
Yes.
How was it to be back?
Oh, it was so good. It's really good to feel like a child again at your mother's house and somebody take cares of you.
That's so good, isn't it?
Yes, it's really good.
Speaking of feeling a child again, that's something that Andrea mentions in the course, that she likes the fact that colored pencils remind her of
Yes.
being a kid, and of them being like kids' tools. Do you feel the same?
Yes, so I feel this the freedom when you're drawing with pencil. So you don't think about the results. You just
Right.
yes, you're just enjoying the process, and it helps to return to this child feeling. It's really important. That's also the tip how to draw loosely and more free. Yes.
Feel like a kid
Yes.
again.
Yes.
Yes.
Feel like a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good tip.
It always helps.
That's a really good tip. Let's skip to another question from class, from Rima. Can you talk a little bit about how you approach drawing buildings and other architectural elements?
I always had problems with architecture and buildings, and even now I have some problems. And I just trying to copy also some works I like. I trying to draw more from the life. That's why I started to sketch and visiting some urban sketching meetings in Moscow mostly, and then here in Amsterdam. Drawing more and more. And also, I took some courses and workshops about how to draw it. So, just a lot of different ways how to approach what you want. Yeah, so copying,
Stealing.
like an artist.
Exactly.
Like an artist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stealing and
studying.
And studying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just by doing, you are studying too. Like, how do you figure out that perspective, and how do you know where to start on a page? It's also just making a lot of mistakes and learning from those, right?
And also, it depends on your purpose again. So if you want to draw with perspective, right, like architecture, so you should learn more about perspective, of course. So how to build the building in the space on the piece of the paper. And also, I don't like perspective. That's why I know it, but I like to break it, to make it wrong, to make this funny perspective on my sketches. So that's also, yes, came to me from drawing, from copying, yes.
And that's another tip of loosening up, like letting go of those rules for
Yes, yes,
perspective and having fun in making those mistakes and making the mistakes maybe even on purpose.
yes, yes.
I like that. That's good. Okay, well, that will definitely answer Rima's question. I saw here a question from Nicole. She says she has a question for the both of us. I try to put this so you can read it. For traveling, how many colored pencils would you carry with you? Any favorite sketchbook recommendations?
You first.
Me first? Me first. Okay, well, here's my kit that I actually take with me now every day, which is actually a larger kit than I have ever used for daily use. And there's some more, and it's like 10 more pencils that are there.
Sorry.
Yeah, those are also in here.
Yes.
So that's actually a lot. And it turns out I don't use half of it, but still I take it with me just in case. So I have a few of these chunky pencils in there too.
Oh, yeah,
I don't use them daily, but every
sometimes.
now and then it's just really fun to be like,
For spots, big spots.
speaking of feeling like a kid, I
Yeah,
love
yes,
these for
yes,
that.
I also bought it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just have, I had more in this kit actually, but I sort of filtered out the ones that I really did not use. And probably with the next sketchbook, I will swap this out because now I'm using a toned paper sketchbook. So that will actually need different kinds of colors than a white paper sketchbook. So I will swap it all out. And I actually really like that it's always changing. And I really like sitting down with all the pencils and then trying to figure out what do I need. It's like, isn't it fun? And then also just sharpening all the
it's
pencils.
like to prepare.
Yeah, it's the same fun stuff like refilling your pen in your fountain pens or your ink in your fountain pens and stuff like that.
So I have almost the same size of the pencil case. So yes, but the different color. Yes, I have some. I have pencils, combination of pencils which I like. So if you remember, I make some squares with combinations in my sketchbooks. So I'm trying to take these colors with me.
Yeah.
Yes, and I also sometimes don't use the half of them. Yes, but I always have just some basic colors, as I said, and this kind of pencils also. Sorry, I'm wrong with directions. Yes, and
these too, the multicolor pencils. I love those too.
I want to try it. I have a magic one. This one.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah, those are really great too.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah, good. So yes, it depends on how many space in your bag you have for the tools.
Yeah, and I think it's the best way to approach it is also thinking about your favorite colors because you will grab those most, and basic colors. And it will also change according to your mood or the time of year or whatever. So there's not really a formula for it. Do you have a favorite sketchbook brand?
Moleskin.
Moleskin?
Yes, I really like this smooth paper.
Right.
Yes, and I use it mostly for colored pencil sketches. And also, I don't remember how to pronounce it right. Honeymoon?
Yeah, that was actually my recommendation.
Cappuccino book.
I have the cappuccino book. That's what I'm using right now for my current sketchbook. So that's like a cappuccino colored paper, which is just for the name you want that sketchbook. But I also really like the Hahnemuhle Nostalgie kinds. It also has a bit of a smooth paper, but it also holds watercolor. I really
I need
like
to try
those.
it.
Yeah, I
I have
really
not
like
tried
those.
because I used also Russian brands before, but you don't know. That's why I'm not going to advise it. So
Yeah.
yes, Moleskin. Yes, for now it's my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so those are our recommendations, Nicole. That's a big bag. Yes, that's what she says. Big bag for the big woodies. Let's see if we missed anything here. People are also recommending how to take all how to put, where to put all your colored pencils in drawers or in glasses or in jars. That's really great to see. Um, here. Oh, Christina is asking, what brand is your pencil case? Actually, that is a Dutch brand, Hema, Hema. There's also stains of ink on that. It's a Dutch brand, Hema, and it's actually, I think, a case for makeup, but I'm not very good at makeup.
I just bought something on Amazon. I
You have
don't
something
remember.
on
Yes,
Amazon?
I just was looking for this kind of opening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I do like. I think makeup bags are actually really good
Yes,
because they
yes.
stand and you can just open
Yes.
them like a little case.
And also you can put something here.
It's
Yes.
handy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's handy. So yeah, just Google, I guess. Here, Janice is saying, I am such a realist. Wish I could create figures or objects that are more stylized, less detailed. Do you have any suggestions? All of my sketches look like little paintings. I want whimsy and fun. Wow, I mean, I think a lot of people would be jealous on that.
Yes,
Like
yes.
photorealistic paintings. Hello. That's awesome, Janice. But yeah, of course, if you can do that, you want to learn something else too. So, do you have any suggestions for whimsical, fun, something more stylized or illustration like?
I think you should try I think you should start with limiting the time, because when
Oh, good.
yes, because if your sketches look like paintings, that means that you have a lot of time for it. So it's better to start limit yourself. So for example, start with 10 minutes. So you have only 10 minutes. Just or try to copy something. Yes, for example, I'm going something loose, something free. Yes, maybe yes, maybe yes. Limiting time. It's really helped me to make it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think those two tips are really helpful.
Yeah, and also
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll respond to it later. You weren't done.
Sometimes I'm trying to draw with a shape. So, for example, I'm not trying to create a person like from the photo or yes, like painting. I just imagine that the person is a combination of different shapes. So let it be a square body and triangle head, and so just make a person from these forms. So you can play with it easily.
That's nice. That's kind of the approach from the comic book style
Yes,
kind of
yes, yeah.
character development kind of.
Everything contains on different shapes, so you can see it everywhere. So, for example, leaves on the plant is a triangle. Yes, make a triangle. So yeah.
Yeah. So exaggerate or simplify the shape.
Yes, simplify.
The basic
yes.
shape. Ah, that's really good. And I forgot what I wanted to say, but oh yeah, limiting time. So you actually do not get into perfection mode.
Yes.
I think that's a really good one. And the other one I forgot. Your other two.
Copying.
Oh yeah, copying. Because then you start, especially if you copy illustrations that you really like or that you would like to be able to make. If you copy it, then you start understanding how those
Yes.
why it looks so good and what you like so much about it. And then you can, maybe it has certain angles, or it has a very thick line or something like that. And then you can also apply that to the
Yes.
drawings that you are making in, from observation or whatever.
And also, it's a good tip to change the tool you're drawing with.
Yeah.
So, for example, it's really good to use this kind of pencils.
Do that, yes,
wrong
absolutely,
direction.
yeah.
Yes, like this. So it's really thick, and it helps you to draw really loosely. So
And
yes,
that's
you can try.
absolutely true, because then it just is impossible to get into detail.
Yes.
So that might be a really valuable one for you too, Janice. Just pick up a woody, a thick pencil, yeah, and don't sharpen them. Okay, good. Let's see, because we did also have some more questions from class. Do we have this one already? Do you have a travel kit? What are your can't go without it tools? Is there, if you travel? So what did you bring on your month of travel?
Sometimes I want to try something new, so I take only what I want to try. For example, only crayons. Nothing what I get used to. For example, no pencils, nothing, just crayons. So if I want to know this material to understand it, but in my normal travel kit, colored pencils case with basic colors and with shades I like, or sharpener, eraser. Sometimes I use watercolor pencils, so I take a brush. Yes, a sketchbook. That's all. That's all my travel kit.
You cannot go without those. Yeah.
Yes, and also sometimes I take glue to glue some tickets, maybe.
I do that too. Yeah,
Yes.
when I travel. Yeah.
Some piece of mail, something, yes, to create like a travel journal or something like that.
I actually have a lot of glue sticks, because every time I forget to bring it, and then I buy one when I'm traveling. And now I have a lot of glue sticks that are like half dried or sort of,
Yes.
gum-like.
Yeah.
But I also like it because they have, the writing of the language,
Yes. Yes.
it's a little souvenir, but it's not
And
really
I'm trying
useful.
to. Yes, I bought a small one. Yes, just a tiny one.
Yeah. Oh, what's also really helpful as glue are those the ones that have like a piece of tape in it, and you just, I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
Never mind. It's very helpful, but I can't explain.
I understood you.
It's a piece of tape that is actually glue, so it's not. You don't need to unscrew anything. It's not sticky or anything. It's like tape, and you just make one line and then you glue on top of it. It's really handy when you're traveling. So that's just a side note. Charlotte is asking a question that I don't really have an answer to. Are there any good books about drawing with colored pencils that you can recommend? I really don't have any. I don't have any.
Yes,
no?
The same, because I have never read any books. I just searching for artists I like, for sketchers I like, and I'm trying to learn something from them.
I think one book that I picked up a lot from is actually not about colored pencils, but it's the book from Lynn Chapman, who also teaches at Sketchbook School. Her book is called Sketching People, and she uses Inktense pencils a lot.
Oh.
And the way she uses them are really amazing, because she combines colors in a really great way. So for skin tone, she uses like purple and green and blue, and at first you're like, but how? But it totally makes sense. So that might actually be a book that I would recommend. It's not really about colored pencils, but it's very inspiring. So I hope that helps, Charlotte. Here's another question. Are you familiar with the work of Enza Denino? I am not. Have you ever heard?
No, I didn't hear.
We'll look it up.
Yes, yes, I should.
Thanks.
Yes,
Thanks
I
for the
should.
tip. Yeah,
Yes,
we
I
will
should
look it up.
remember.
Good. Let's see. We have another question from class. Darby, could you tell us a little bit about using colored pencils with an accordion sketchbook? The one you made in Bologna was beautiful. I thought so too. Did you use a fixative or did you have pieces of paper between the pages like in your other sketchbooks?
Okay. Nothing special using colored pencils in the accordion sketchbook because I use the same way as a normal sketchbook, but I was trying to create the picture that going from one page to another page like a big picture. So and it was really difficult task, but I really like this kind of sketchbook. I also like this from Bologna. I use fixative for this sketchbook because it's impossible to put some paper inside it. So I just spread it on the floor of my flat and put a fixative on the top. So yes, then it dried out, and yes, now I keep it on my shelf. Sometimes I show my friends.
That's nice. I like that. Yeah. Okay, so no different way of using colored pencils for the accordion sketchbook, just for keeping it clean. Use
But I
fixative.
also like the accordion sketchbook because you have a big piece of paper and you can draw and don't feel that you start a new page.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
And also, if you run out of paper,
Yeah.
you don't run out of paper because you can
Yes.
just fold it open and do
Yeah.
the next thing.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah. One of the tips that Swarovski had for in case you run out of paper is just add post-its in a normal sketchbook.
It's good.
Yeah, I like that too. It's like, oh, I ran out of paper and I wanted to add that building, but I can't. Well, just use a post-it and just draw on. I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
So simple. Yeah. And wait. I saw someone saying something. Oh, yeah. Cynthia. Thank you, Cynthia. She says it's called double-sided tape dispenser. Yes, that's what I meant with the glue dispenser thing. Nicole is asking something about a book. And oh, sorry, Nicole. That book that I mentioned was Sketching People by Lynn Chapman. So that was the book recommendation. We have one more question from class, from Suzanne or Susan. Can you layer or burnish pencil crayons over gouache without lifting the gouache beneath? Also, do you use acrylic or water-based gouache?
Yes, I can use.
Yeah, I mean, you need to let the gouache dry first.
Yes. So it's I don't use acrylic yet. I heard about it, but I want to try. But if you know how many new tools I want to buy, and I want to try.
Yeah, I know.
I need to try first what I bought, and maybe then I'll try acrylic one.
Yeah.
Yes, so
But you do have a good excuse to buy stuff. It's your work.
Yes. Yes, but I have a lot, a huge collection of friends.
But then you also have a lot of friends that you draw with every Friday. Do they have?
Sometimes we change.
Yeah?
Yes, we change tools. Yes.
Yeah, so you can
markers, pencils, and some people use gouache, so you can use also gouache. So if you want. If you forget, for example, to take something, yes, it's also help to try something new. There I first try, this water brush markers from Ecoline. Yes, I don't know how to pronounce it. Yes.
Yeah, Ecoline,
yes.
yeah, Ecoline, whatever. Yeah.
I first tried it in sketch and breakfast meetings, so yes.
That's really great. Yeah, that's a fantastic thing of meeting meeting up with other
Yes,
sketchers. You can
changing.
find out.
And
It's also very dangerous because then you find out about new tools. So you
Yeah.
want to have them.
Yeah, yes. And also I told her, yes, about some bad stuff I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Very good indeed. So those were the questions from class. Let's see what else. Which moleskins? Eva is asking which moleskin. Do you use the sketchbook or the watercolor?
Sketchbook, because I don't like the structure of watercolor sketchbook paper because it's a little bit rough and have a texture. I don't like it. So I use it only with watercolor and pencils.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay. People are asking about that book that I mentioned by Lynn Chapman. I'm just going to get it.
Okay. Okay. Any questions? I'm late. Hello, Susan.
This is the book I mentioned.
Oh, I want it also.
It's really great. I mean, you see a lot of watercolor, but
it's a combination. Oh.
Check out the colors that she uses. And this is all Inktense pencil.
I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, it's really great. You can also just borrow it if you want to. And you know what? I thought we were like 30 minutes in.
But it's almost 1 hour.
It's been almost an hour.
I didn't mention. I didn't notice. Oh my god.
It's crazy. Okay, so, and we have actually answered all the questions from class, questions here in the chat. So that makes me really happy, and I had a lot of fun.
Yes, me either.
So good to hang out with everyone here on YouTube. Is there anything that you want to mention or say or do? I don't know.
I just want to thank you so much for your questions, for your attention, for your comments. It's really inspired me so much to do something new, to try something new, to tell something new for you. And the main thing after this course, I think that a lot of people will like colored pencils the way I like it. So, and I hope that there will be more obsessive people with colored pencils. So yes, thank you so much for your attention.
Yeah, well, that's great. I love those parting words, and I think everybody here is agreeing that colored pencils are really fun, and that we just want to have them as our go-to, or at least part of our go-to. So thanks everyone for hanging out with us. Thank you for dropping by in the studio. I really love just sitting side by side for this session. And we still have a week left in colored pencils. So, and actually we are going to combine, finally, we are going to combine every other media that we can think about with colored pencils. A lot of people have been sort of craving that. That's the feeling I get. So next week we're doing that. You will see Katya work with all her favorite tools as well. And for now, I wish you a really great weekend. I hope it's colorful and that you make a lot of cool stuff and post it in the schoolyard. And thanks again. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.